Hey guys, this is Gucci Hobo. I did a Chieftain Cremation. I'm still kind of fiddling with my settings, my video settings, so the game's a bit choppy. But got a few clips before I go over the build. Let's see, where are they? Here's one. This is me hitting level 10 without a unique.
Level 10,
did it
dude.
really?
Okay, level 10 mud flats, dude.
I was watching Tai Killer at the time. I think
Okay,
this.
get out of my way.
Yeah, this is my unique. First unique, shortly after level 10. Shut up, Tai. Shut up, Tai.
I don't have a good feeling. I don't have a good feeling. It's just unique item pockets and all.
I was worried. As you can see, it takes a while.
Unique item sockets and all.
Let's see. Nope, not that one. Is it this one?
Dude, I got it. I got one. Oh shit. Hell yeah. Town, save it.
I dropped the nailed. I dropped the last resort, but
jeweler, dude.
it's a weapon, and I got 3 sockets.
Dude, 3 sockets.
Where am I gonna go now?
Okay, well,
I don't even know.
Beggars can't be choosers. All right,
Like
hell.
elemental damage.
Pretty great. It's pretty fun. I think this is my second one. I went like Purifying Flame at the start. I re-rolled, obviously, because I didn't want to do Marauder at first. And I went like Purifying Flame Traps and then realized, oh, can't really do that as Scion. I was trying to be really, I mean you can, but I was trying to be really memey. Didn't work out. Look at this shit. Look at it. This ain't great. But anyways, so let's get on to the video. I transferred. I cleared my whole SSF Metamorph. I migrated all. And then I just migrated all of Gucci Hobo to this. I got 225 uniques total. Well, actually, I got more, but like individual 225. Put them all in here, except for the ones I'm wearing, obviously. No, I got another Sire Shards. But so progress was very slow because, like I said, I re-rolled. I got that Scion to, I want to say 70 before I was like, I just can't do this anymore. I can't. This is I'm torturing myself trying to make this work. And I dropped. I actually had forgotten that Sire of Shards has a div card. And while I was leveling, I dropped one of them and Lunaris. And I got to maps and I was like, man, this just is not working good at all. So I went looking through like div cards and looking through the uniques I had, and I saw the Sire of Shards, and I was like, wait, that's a farmable card, and Sire of Shards is really good on Cremation. I tried a few other things with it, but Cremation actually felt fun. I didn't think it would. I figured I would hate it because I don't like those, like, you can't damage until you get this. Like, I'm not a huge mine fan. I like traps, but I don't like mines. Turns out I also don't mind mines anymore. I don't know what happened this league, but a lot of like the way I play kind of changed. But yeah, so I re-rolled, went Cremation, and I kept like every 10 levels I'd like experiment with BV. That's why I have these nodes, because I had just finished doing BV, or like testing out, and that's why I had that testing out like BV, and BV feels kind of the same. I took a bunch of stuff and put it on trade after this. I took some, like all my currency tab for the most part, and put it on trade, and then bought because I had something like, I want to say 5 exalts and like 100 chaos from Gucci Hobo, just because it's like so slow. Like I might be level 88, but it was just really slow trying to get those upgrades. So I ended up with a decent chunk of currency. Got pretty lucky, I guess, with the 5 exalts. Actually, yeah, really lucky. So yeah, I tried BV Chieftain, and it's pretty nice as well. And it's practically the exact same tree. Not a whole lot you change. You go for Avatar Fire, obviously, but that's kind of it. So yeah. Guess we could do a map. I got this Actons. Let's just run the Actons. Although, I don't know if the frames will be good. If the frames are bad, I'm just going to leave. But you'll see, like, an example of what it's like. I just upgraded, like, I just got this giant-ass monitor. And I can run it fine. I can play games fine. But doing anything but games is very strenuous on my not my CPU, but my GPU. Because I'm just running a 1070. So, yeah. And... Oh, dude, Poggies, dude. Oh, dude. Well, that was just my... Never mind. Oh, dude. This is the chosen video, dude. But, yeah. It seems fine. I just want to get to the boss. The boss should be... over here. Hello. I just put 3 up and then I spam. Dude! I can't remember. Is this the good one? No? Never mind. Hey, these are all usable. I'm making a build. Anyways, as you saw, there's not much to it. Desecrate keeps my arcane surge up. You desecrate, cremation. Usually you can put. Oh my god, that's tanking my frames. You can put like 1 down, and then it will kill things in the pack, and then you don't have to spam desecrate anymore. You kind of just like do, you know, just kind of create your own little line. But when you're going fast, you flame dash, desecrate, flame dash, desecrate, flame dash, desecrate, flame dash, desecrate. Talk to Zana. Yeah. Pretty fun. I actually enjoy it. So, progress of loot was, I think I got a belly at one point. Do I have the belly? No. I was using an Omboost. Never mind. So I got an Omboost, and I was using this because I had endurance charges. I was using Omboost, and I was like, that's got life and all res. And then I dropped the Restless Ward. And I was like, wait. Restless Ward with Soul Tether, which is what I really wanted. And believe it or not, 400 chance orbs on cloth belts. You're not guaranteed to get a unique after 400. All of my chancing in previous leagues, it's usually around like the 300 to 500 mark that I get my unique, or get a unique. Soul Tether, it just was not meant to be. I did everything I possibly could think of. At one point, I even tried farming unique belt div cards and gave up because the map that's in just gives me nightmares. So I gave up on that. And I also tried doing hubris cards, and I farmed a couple of those sets and also gave up because I had stress dreams about it for weeks. But I dropped the Death Rush from Syndicate, and I was using the Ondavarius for... I dropped it in Merc Lab, so I think I was like level... I think I did Merc Lab at 58. Pretty low. But, you know, it's one of those playstyles where you just kind of can just kite around. So it's fine. And I just use this for... till 87, so like 29 levels? Is that right? 28? I don't know. Math hard. And then I dropped this from Syndicate, and I was like, holy shit. Poggies. And then I put that Anoint on it just because it was really cheap and I wanted the challenge. But yeah. So, not a whole lot. Like, a lot of this stuff I got really early, honestly. The Callissa's was pretty recent. And it's really good for Soul Tether. If I had the damn Soul Tether, it would have been. Still pretty alright though. It's got good life. It's got faster casting, which is nice. Because I'm using Wave of Conviction, Curse on Hit, Combustion, Flammability for something like, what is this? 17, 43, 60, and then 25, so 85 fire res. Lowers fire res by 85%, something like that. Obviously not that much against like the mobs that you would actually use against, like bosses and metamorphs. Probably more like 60 fire res reduction, which is really good. Big damage. You need the big damage. You just you just hit them a couple times, and they're good. Using Skitterbots, Arcane Surge, obviously, Flame Dash, Desecrate, Flesh and Stone, Clarity. I think I was using something else, and I can't remember, but I got rid of it because I needed more mana for BV testing. So I don't know where I put it. But anyways, yeah, you got room for like another 30%, because you don't actually use that much mana. See, with the clarity at the level that I have it at, and you're never going to be spamming like. I mean, you can, but you're not really going to be spamming like that. I dropped a roomies at one point. I think I was like 77, 78. And with Syro Shards, staff, block, pretty okay. Gives me 36 chance to block. That's pretty alright. Not too bad. My gems, not my gems, my flasks are complete poo-poo, but I need some fizz damage reduction. Apparently attack speed as well. I think I just like quality did it and then transmuted it, and then I was like, I'm good. Because I wanted the flagellant for like bosses, because with my leech and my regen, I can kind of just stand next to a boss and just like tank hits, especially with sulfur flask down. I just kind of stand there. I don't take much damage. The only time like I move is when I take a big hit and I get down, and then I'll move, and like I immediately just regen and life leech. Or it's a big hit and I know it's coming, then I'll move. Other than that, I just kind of like I just stand there. Using the Kikazaru for lightning res, right? Pretty much it. That definitely needs blessed. Holy, what was I doing with my gear? Wow. But also the life regen. It's pretty nice because again, you're like you're a life leech and regen build. That's your tank. And I couldn't honestly like think of any. I mean, a blood boil, if you upgrade it, it's pretty okay. I guess a Lori's lantern might be okay. If you get chunked to low life, then you probably won't get hit. That's pretty okay. Let me think. I don't really think there's anything else worth using that I have. I mean, I got the Ondavarius, but I kind of got all the gear that I wanted, and the only ones that I could get better require kind of chancing. I mean, like, yeah, I could use the Ondavarius, but then, like, I have no lightning res, so I can't really use it. I'm still using a dust toe because I've farmed so many profs. Anytime I got a silver coin, I did it. Trying to get the upgrade for dust toe because it's not that rare, but never lucky. And I didn't really have any other. If I had something else drop that had more life, like I know I have one somewhere that has okay life. I think it's this 3-step assault. It's okay. But yeah, actually this would be way better than these, I think. Oh no, because Dusto gives me my Chaos Res, which is really nice. Yeah, so it's got low life, but it gives me all the Chaos Res I could ever need. But this is definitely an option. But yeah, Skullhead was just really good. It's got high life, high mana, all res, all good things. Winterheart, again, life, high res. Cold res is one of the hardest for me to actually get. Like lightning isn't too bad to actually get. Chieftain gives me a ton of fire res. See, like it looks like I have way more. If I drop this though, I go down to 50 cold. Like that's pretty bad. I couldn't really find anything that had life and cold res on it. This kind of solved my cold res issue. Might have been other like other ones I could use. Let's see. Araku Tiki, pretty okay, but I don't need the fire res. So, yeah. Anyways, we have some things to talk about. So I had Ombu's, and then I got the Restless Ward. Restless Ward is really good if you're endurance charge based, right? Like you would be on a cremation character, especially in this type of scenario, because it gives you a ton of regen. If you have 4 endurance charges, that's another 100 plus life regen per second. That's really good, especially with the way this node works. 50% increased life recovery rate anytime I basically take physical damage, because you're converting 10% of physical damage from hits taken as fire, and that counts. So if you get hit with physical damage, you're getting hit with fire damage. So it's really good for that. With Sulfur Flask and with Sulfur Flask, I go to like 1100 life regen, 1200 life regen if I get hit. That's really good considering, I mean, that's about what, over 20% life regen. Pretty tanky. Then I'm using and then it also has life and it has ES, so if you have Soul Tether, it's really good. Like, look, I got 850 shield, and I have over 1,000 with the Soul Tether because it gives base life as extra. So yeah, I'd have over 1,000, and then I'd be at like, yeah, about 6,000 EHP. And I say not EHP, 6,000 like life pool, because of the way Soul Tether works. I'm basically always leeching because of how many instances of leech cremation gives. Yeah, but Tactician's good. Gives me some strength, which translates into some flat life, which is nice. And I got the utmost strength node on tree, so get a little bit of my percent life, 8%, and then I have, where is it? 10%, so 18% extra life or strength. So you get these chunky strength nodes, and it gives you decent chunk of flat life, which is one of the hardest things to get with uniques in this type of situation. Then it gives me some flash charges gain, which is always nice for Zoom. And all res, 24% to be exact on this. But I didn't even realize until like the second time I made this video. This is the fourth time, by the way. Tactician's really good because it gives that crit chance, which, you know, I'm EO, which doesn't seem great, right? But I'm also using controlled destruction. So without any flasks, without this belt, I have no crit chance, right? And I'm using inspiration. So let's get some inspiration. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So now I'm at 4.5. If I would drop this, that's 1.5 crit chance. That is not going to keep your EO up. So a little, you still need a little bit of crit chance, right? You either drop controlled destruction, which is really good damage, and get a little bit of crit chance. You don't need much because of how many hits Cremation has. If you can get 3 to 5%, you always have EO up. So that's pretty nice. And then you have, you know, your Wave Conviction can also trigger it. Has 6%. But for the lazy, or just while mapping, you should have it up. Just with this and inspiration charges. So that's kind of nice. I don't think there's anything else to really go over. Inspiration, controlled, cremation, conk effect, LA focus. Conk effect does not affect the spread of the spit from cremation. It just affects the explosion at the beginning, but it still gives the damage. Well, the spit also kind of explodes when they hit, so it does technically affect that, but you spit out so much because of the way projectiles work with cremation. So the way it works is cremation I know it works differently. Does the cast time? I can't remember. But anyways, you can look it up. So you're basically doubling the base amount of projectiles that it spits out over time, right? Because it spits out 4 by default, and then if you add 4 more, you're doubling. So that's why Sire of Shards is so good, and you know, it also has like the projectile damage. It has some all attributes and a little bit all res, and that badass light radius, dude. Light radius is the shit, as the kids say. But yeah, I think that's everything. I think that's it. I really I didn't think I would enjoy this that much, right? Like that first grind to get your first unique is kind of it puts you off, right? Because it's like that's such a heavy grind that you have to go. But as you saw from the beginning of the video, my reaction was just like, holy shit, I could finally play the game. I never thought I'd get. It's like that moment. If you ever played Dark Souls, it honestly felt like that moment where you were just pounding face into this boss that you just can't beat, just over and over and over. And then that moment when you actually are at the very end of the fight and you're fighting it, you're like, holy shit, I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. And then you kill the boss. That just wave of just like, oh, it's over. I finally did it. I beat it. I beat that boss. I did it. That moment, it's honestly like the same feeling you get after when you get your first unique, after you've grinded for a while. Like I got to level 10 with no unique. I was just pounding face into mud geyser or mud flats. Apparently the coast might be a little bit better, which I think my second unique, I just went to the coast and I did that. Yeah, my second unique, I went to the coast and got like another unique in like 20 minutes. But it was a ring, so it didn't really, it wasn't like whoa. But yeah, coast is good. There's a couple other areas that were good, and this only works because of Metamorph. So next league, who knows? But for Metamorph, that's what I would do. I'd do coast. You can also do the fire. If you push your way all the way up to lower prison, you can reset into why am I blanking on the name of that zone? The climb. Yeah, you can just reset from prison into the climb, run all the way to where Navali is, and the goat will fall down, kill all of those, right? You don't have to kill the goat. He'll kill all of those. They will give you parts if they have any. And then you'll just kill the goat if you see a unique from Tane. So you'll just spawn Tane, look at the list, probably die to the goat. Probably just die to the goat and then go back, look at what Tane gives, and then just reset if there's nothing. You can just do that for like an hour or two. I heard a lot of people get their first one pretty fast that way. But yeah, I'd like to thank Slippery Jim for hosting this and his mods for being not assholes with all the new players. I've seen a lot of private leagues where asking people questions is kind of just a big no-no, and it's like, stop asking me questions, dude. No. But yeah, his mods seemed pretty okay. They seemed pretty alright. I did have one good moment. Pimmelage was streaming, and he was looking at people's builds, and he saw my Scion. This was like mid-reroll. He saw my Scion, and he just stared at it, and he was like, what is this? Honestly, Pim, I don't even know what I was making. I don't even know, dude. That's why I gave up. I was just like, this is too much. I was just done. But yeah, thanks, Jim. It was really fun. I hope you do it again next league. And hopefully the next league mechanic has another easy way of getting your first unique. That'd be great. Because this was honestly a ton of fun. Glad I got to participate. So, that's it for me. See you guys later.